So, dating in December comes with a myriad of extra challenges than your typical dating time. But before we get started, can I just note that my hair is in a cute little bow, and I never do my hair, so I only did this because I really need to wash my hair. Anyways, that will happen tomorrow. And it's cold in Florida, so I get to wear my sweater. I know it looks like a fancy dress, but it's not. It's a sweater. Anyways, moving on. So, dating in December comes with a lot of challenges in particular, but there are a few questions that come up rather frequently around the whole dating and relationship scenario. So, I think the one that is top of mind for most people when they're in a relationship, especially if it's a new relationship, is gifting. Do you or do you not purchase a gift for your person? And if you do, how much do you spend? And what kind of gift do you get? So here's my take on that. I'm not a big proponent of buying a lot of stuff anyways. I'm just not a stuff person. So I think, in my opinion, that you are better off making some kind of memory. So if you can spend a little bit of money and maybe grab some tickets to go somewhere together, or if you can do something together, an activity, then in my opinion that's way better than buying them some thing. That way you don't have to stress about whether or not they're gonna like what you give them. If you feel pressure to spend a certain amount of money, you don't have to worry about that, and they're gonna cherish that memory forever, and it's gonna bring the two of you closer together. So my suggestion on the whole gifting thing is do something where you can make a memory versus buying an item. For example, one of my favorite gifts I ever got, it wasn't for Christmas and it wasn't from a boyfriend, but it's still relevant. I got a Groupon for a tour to swim with dolphins. Like, that was pretty freaking cool. So there are plenty of activities that you can find on Groupon or in your town. Like, look on Facebook events and maybe you guys can go somewhere together. That would be really cute. Or you could do a little couples photo shoot, you know, at the local Christmas tree square. You know, like, I live on a big park with a lake and we have a giant Christmas tree in the middle of it, and you guys could take pictures in front of that. That would be a really cute gift and girls will love it. So the second thing that comes up pretty frequently, I think, during the holiday season is whether or not you should invite your boyfriend, girlfriend home for the holidays. And I did a whole separate video on how to have that conversation, but I want to reiterate the fact that there is no good time to invite somebody home to meet your family, and the gauge is really on you and how you feel in your relationship and where your level of comfort is. I know a lot of people will say, well, you know, by 6 months or a year or 3 months or a week or whatever, but they're just pushing their timelines on you. That doesn't have to be your case. So if you don't feel comfortable inviting your person over for the holidays this season, then don't. But be prepared for them maybe not to invite you either, and also be okay with if you guys are going to spend the holidays separately this year. You have to be okay with that. If you do invite them, like I said, check out my video on how to have that conversation, but really quick, it's just making the invitation more about the occasion than this milestone in your relationship, and that's my advice on that question. Another question that comes up a lot is, what do I do if I'm alone on Christmas? And you know, this one is something that I've dealt with for the past few years. I've spent Christmas by myself and I've gotten pretty good at it, actually, and I don't mind it. I think there's a lot of build up to this holiday season to be with family and to be surrounded by people you love, which is great. That's not a bad thing ever, but for some of us, we aren't able to go home for the holidays, or maybe we don't really have anybody that we're super close to, or maybe it just didn't work out in the plans this year, so we're spending Christmas by ourselves. Now, you can spend Christmas alone and not be lonely. And the way to do that is to plan your day like you would any other day. Fill up your time with things that you enjoy. Now, my particular Christmas tradition is I make my famous, I don't know what's famous to me, Christmas shrimp fettuccine. And I spend the evening watching my favorite Christmas movies. Like The Holiday is my absolute fave. And I love Jude Law. I can't even with him. And then I always watch Charlie Brown Christmas. Always watch it with hot cocoa with a little bit of Bailey's Irish Cream, you know. And I enjoy my Christmas watching all my favorite Christmas movies. And that's kind of just been a tradition that I have. And, you know, you can always donate your time. You can get a jump start on your New Year's resolutions, which I'll talk about in another video because I have a better strategy. But you don't have to be lonely on the holidays. And if you find yourself feeling lonely, then go donate your time. Go spend it with some people who are equally lonely. And I think that that's a good way to kind of fight that holiday blues. So then another question that comes up, and this is kind of funny, I saw this in an article today. So I've always called them holiday breakers, but apparently there's a new word for this phenomenon, and it's called Scrooging. What is Scrooging? Scrooging is when somebody breaks up with you just before the holidays so they don't have to buy a gift or don't have to attend any of the functions as a couple. Like I said, I've always called these people holiday breakers, and I think there's a special place in hell for you people. I think it's just disgusting and tacky that you're gonna break up with somebody just to avoid buying a gift, because if you pay attention to the first few questions I addressed, then that's a non-issue. And the final question that is more of a personal question. I was asked why I don't date during December. And it's not like I have this hard, fast rule. It's just been a general practice of mine that if I'm not already seeing somebody by Thanksgiving, I kind of take a break from dating until the high pressure holiday season is kind of over. And it's actually a really good time to kind of detox and to kind of check in with yourself and realign with your standards a little bit, and maybe reevaluate what it is you're looking for in a person. So I don't think it's a bad thing that I don't date during December. That being said, like, I have gone on dates during December and during the holiday time. I just don't actively pursue any dates during the holiday season because there is a lot going on, right? People are busy. There you have it, a few of the frequently asked questions for dating in December. If you want more of the Holidate series, subscribe to my channel and check out my website, truthitude.com. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram, and I will see you guys next week.